I am sorry. Are you okay?
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
We can even get a bigger venue. People in Vegas want us back. Wisconsin is a welcome back to another edition of the Thaboxingvoice Radio.
Thaboxingvoice.
I hear you talking, I might have to pull his card. You walk it like you talking, I'ma walk out like a star. Let's get it pop, let's get it pop. The girls start when I make my ring walk. Leaving with a broke jaw for that broke cheap talk, cheap talk. My footwork, sweet pea, bud craw. Left hook like Sugar Ray Robs. I'm a problem, can't solve. I see her watching, shorty Japanese, and she calling me a monster. She ain't tell me they had these in Wisconsin. I came in two-tone, now we got the yams calling. We at border wars with the vibes and the drama. He trolling online, but he don't really want a problem. Say chant, we about the same weight, meet me halfway, chant. Border wars.
Come out and
TDV getting bigger and we taking shit on tour.
What up? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of the Thaboxingvoice Radio, brought to you. We're bringing to you Border Wars. It's our Unguarded episode where we get to sit back and, talk to some of the fighters on our card one-on-one. Today, we're going to be having Hansley Bobo on the show. Hansley, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining us. What's up with you?
What's going on, Ness? That was a pretty dope intro. I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty dope intro. The song.
Oh yeah, man! Shout out to Mozzie, man.
That was
Border
pretty dope.
Wars.
Yeah, man.
But how you feeling,
I'm doing
man?
good though. Yeah, I'm feeling good. So, worked out like 2 hours ago. Ready for this fight, man.
For sure, man. So
5 months
give
is a
us
long time.
You said 5 months is a long time?
It's a long time, man.
Nah, I hear you, man. But it gives you time to prepare, bro, and it gives you time to work on things and get actually better.
That's facts. I definitely learned a lot on the mental side for me, for sure.
In what way?
You know. So when I said 5 months is a lot of time, I think, we kind of all have our kind of expectations of when we feel like we're fight ready, like, oh, I can do a double jab or I can slip or, and, maybe like a month or 2 months in or 3 months in, you might feel that and then kind of slow down, But what I found is I don't know who I'm fighting. This is my first fight. I can't, I can't get comfortable, I can't I gotta keep going. So I had to mentally recognize that, oh, if I feel this tired or if I feel like I'm this ready, like I need to go a step further. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So let's start with some background info, man. It looks like you're from Daytona Beach, Florida?
Yeah, that's where I live right now.
Okay, so where you originally from?
Yeah. I was born in Brooklyn. I mean,
Okay.
I stayed, I left when I was like 9. But really I've been kind of back and forth between Atlanta and Florida.
Okay.
So yeah.
So when did you first, I guess, get into boxing? Not necessarily take up physically boxing, but when did you get into it?
I would say like about 4 or 5 years ago. It's been on and off. I think it was one of the big fights. Mayweather was fighting probably McGregor or I don't know, but I don't remember. But I was like, yeah, I should do this as a workout. So I just started, going to LA Fitness, hitting the bag, like 2021, and I would stop for a while, pick it back up. I started going to a boxing gym. Um, they had this special in December, like every year, people want to go work out. They had this special where it was like half off, like $50 a month you join, and some of these gyms are expensive,
Mm.
like $100, $200, but they were having $50 a month. I was like, oh, let me do it. I signed up for 6 months. I went and I sparred for the first time, got my ass beat. Um, just started learning stuff, just working on different stuff, and so I kind of been on and off. Um, so, but this is the most I've been like consistent at it, so it's
So
feeling good.
how'd you link up with Anthony Forbes?
Me and Anthony go way back. Um, we went to the same church.
Okay.
Um, when I was like, I don't, man, I was probably like 10 years old, 10, 11, 12 years old, but I knew him from church, and when I left Florida, I had him on Facebook. I came back to Florida, I hit him up. Um, um, and then, yeah, but that's how I know Anthony. Yeah, Anthony's
So
a
you
good people.
guys spar together or no?
Yeah, we've sparred a few times. Yeah.
In the gym?
Not in the gym, or at LA Fitness, not at a
Okay.
boxing gym, but yeah, we sparred a few times.
So what would you say are some of the differences between, being in that LA Fitness when you first picked up the sport till now where you're actually training for a fight?
Um, Stamina. So
Mm.
like a focus on stamina. Um, running miles, sprints. I wasn't doing that at LA Fitness. I was just hitting the bag. Um, Also the sparring. When I was at LA Fitness, I would actually spar with a few people who are also like hitting the bag as well, and let's just light spar. And but like I mean, when you go to the boxing gym, like people they're gonna throw at you. So
Man, they coming
so
for
like
that
working on the
head.
they're gonna come for that head. So and the body too. They're gonna come for the body too. So I mean, so more emphasis on defense. When I was in LA Fitness working on the bag, I was just throwing punches. I was probably moving around a little bit, but it's like when you're in the ring, there's a lot of different parts of the defense that you got to work on. So footwork, the slip, roll, and all of that, parry. But yeah, those are some of the little differences. I could go on and on. But yeah.
So what was the one thing that pissed you off the most hearing Ray Rodriguez call in and speak on you or on your event? Or did none of it bother you?
Um, I mean, when he said what he said, I just started laughing, man. I mean, it's good. That's the energy I want him to come with. I want him to come with the energy that, oh yeah, like I'm gonna beat Bobo. That's what I need. So I don't need it, but it's like when somebody is talking about you like that and they don't know you, then it's like okay, like. But that's good. I like that he's coming with energy. Um, so it's just making me um keep my foot on the gas pedal.
So what's the name of that gym that you've been sending the footage out of, and when did you sign up, and what's the chemistry like? Do you like it there? Is it just like, man, this was what's closest to me and fits in my schedule? Yeah, how's
Hmm.
that chemistry?
Um, the first thing you said is what was the first thing you asked?
I
Like two
guess what's the name of
questions.
the gym?
The name of the gym is called Hagler Boxing Club. It's in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Yeah, and how's the chemistry? Did you when you walked in, what made you say, okay, I'm gonna sign up to this gym, or was it just the closest one in your area?
Um, when I first got when I first moved to Daytona, there was a couple of gyms around the area. Um, it had some videos of people working like on a Google review. So I was like, I like what I'm seeing. Let me just go. And I walked in. They greeted me. It was definitely like family feel initially, which was nice. I think I've only been to two, like three boxing gyms, and yeah, most of them kind of give you the family feel. They greet you and all that. But um, the second question, and the second question you asked,
Uh, I think it was when did you sign up? Maybe.
yeah, when did I sign up? About a year ago.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
So you've been at this.
yeah,
So how often do you spar? Is it every week, 3 times a week, once a month?
yeah. They spar every week on Thursdays. Or we spar every week on Thursdays. I work at night. And I work 7 days straight, and then um the gym is usually open like at in the evening to the night, so I can't go the weeks I'm working. So the weeks I'm not working, I'll spar if I'm not doing nothing else that week. So I'm sparring like like at least twice a month at least. But sometimes on the other days when it's not a lot of people, we'll spar those days too. So it kind of depends. Um, yeah.
All right, all right. Well, we got a couple questions from the people we're gonna get to before we get you up out of here. But if you want to bring up anything from your upbringing, your training, I don't know, man. Anything you feel the people need to know to get to know a little more about you, something you think they should know. Now's the time. If not, I could continue with the people's questions.
I mean, I'm just ready to fight. I think, yeah, man. I think boxing is great, man. It's a perfect mind, body, spirit thing, and there's levels to it. And I think growing up, kind of going through the stuff I went through, you wanna get better. Boxing will definitely help you do that. And like, what better way to put it to the test than fight? So yeah,
All right, all right. Well, on that note,
yeah.
let me get to the first one. Is from Darius Flowers in Minnesota. He says, "Salute, champ. Good luck with the fight." Question: when did you know Border Wars was the next step forward, and what does a normal workout consist of?
I found out through Border Wars through Anthony. Um, I've known he's been doing it for the past like couple of years, but and I wanted to do it like 2 years ago. Um, I didn't have the time to commit. Now I have coming here a year ago. I have more of the time, and then I joined the boxing gym. I think going to the boxing gym really helped, sparring with other people, working out, and then maybe like you know maybe a couple of months after that. And also like my wife, she was like, yeah, you should fight. And then and I always wanted to fight. It was just about when the stuff outside of the gym allowed it to. So
Yeah.
just had a baby as well. So my
Congrats,
baby's
man.
she's 3 months. Yeah, 3 month. Yeah, 3 month old girl. Um, so I told and coach said, oh yeah, you should fight. And I told him I gotta let my wife know. I gotta make sure everything outside the gym is good. And then when that was good, then I already knew. I was like, okay, now it's time to like. And then Anthony said that you guys were hosting, the Border Wars event in Wisconsin, and the timing just fit perfectly.
You
So it
got
was
you
then on.
got
I just
Ray.
yeah,
You got Ray's sparring partner in the chat saying you only sparring twice a month. You definitely getting stopped.
we shall see. And it's I'm not just sparring twice a month. Some days, um, when there's like less people, we'll spar. So sometimes I'm sparring. Um, like twice, sometimes 3 times a week. But the thing is, we'll see. We'll see. That's all I gotta say. I'm not gonna say too much. I'm not gonna
It,
say too much. We'll see.
Darius
We'll
says,
see.
is there a panel member you would want to get matched up with?
Um, you like fight next?
I guess.
Um, I don't know. We'll see how this fight goes first, and then after that, I'll let you know.
So I guess that's the same answer for the next one. He says, is there a community member you want to call out if you're victorious?
Right now, I'm just locked in for this fight. I'm just locked in for Ray.
Hey
Honestly,
man, just keep your
I'm
eyes on Ray's spawn partner. In case you win, you could get the dude that's talking shit in the chat.
right. Facts. Facts.
I got Quest in Virginia. He says, what's up, champ? Blind rank these
What's up?
boxing drills that you like doing. All right, so I'm gonna give you 5 drills, one at a time, only one per time, and you rank them that from 1 to 5, one being the one you like to do the most. Heavy bag.
I mean, I don't like to do none of them honestly, but I do all of them. So, but you said so the one that I like the most, rank number one.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, heavy bag. I mean, I would rank that 3.
Sparring.
I would rank that 5. Like I
Uh,
like doing that. Yeah, that you said number one is the one I like doing the most, right?
yes.
Yeah, number one is definitely sparring.
All right. Tire sparring, where both of you got one foot in the wheel, if y'all even do that. Never did that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one's because I put sparring as 5. I'll put that as 4.
All right, and then running, jogging.
Running and jogging. I mean, shit. Yeah, I mean, I like to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll put that as 2 and 1. But I mean, to be honest with you, just like I said, I don't like doing
Well,
none of
running and
them.
jogging is one. He just put it both in case you don't run and you're more of a jogger. So
Yeah, yeah, but honestly, like I do both.
okay.
I
And you
do
want that
both.
at number
So
one. You prefer that over everything.
I mean, I prefer everything, to be honest with you, because everything is important, and then some.
Pad work was the last one.
Yeah, pad work is nice. Honestly, pad work is the most fun, to be honest. Like pad work, I would say put number 2 as pad work, and then number 1, I'll put sparring. Pad work is nice if you got someone that can. Yeah.
I got Austin that says, "Hey, I want to start boxing and I don't have an equipment. I don't have equipment or a gym. But I don't have equipment or a gym to go to. What's something I can do in the meantime to help me improve?"
Honestly, um, I would say, in the beginning, you want to make it fun. So it's just like whatever it is you find fun, whether it's the bag or whether it's shadow boxing or whether it's somebody that'll you'll train with. I think the best thing is to find someone else that'll train with you, that'll come to your house or come to the gym. Um, if you don't have if you can't go to the gym and don't got no equipment, but you're really trying to push it, um, the running and the sprinting, the jogging, and the shadow boxing.
All
I would say
great
those are
answers.
yeah, I would say those are very important.
I got Frank that says, "What's something boxing taught you and what's something life taught you that you can apply to boxing?"
I mean, I would say boxing definitely like teaches you to push. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in this life that I would say teaches you how to push, but boxing is very, very, very tough. And if you can physically push wherever you at, with your body, even if you have an injury, what happens is like uh, you realize you mentally make that decision first. So like, then you realize that you can apply that to anything in life, whatever it is, whether it's school or work or relationship. It all starts with the mental first, then you physically do the stuff you have to do. And then, the other level to it, I would say, is when you kind of put those together and you kind of apply that to many things, you get the spiritual aspect of it as well. Because then you kind of see, you know, like what else is there like greater than this that's like allowing me to experience all this. So yeah, that's what I would say. It
I
definitely
got,
showed me.
I got a consejero from Washington State. He says, Hansley, appreciate your time on the show.
Hmm.
How do you take care of your mental health, especially before a fight?
Um, I mean, this is gonna be my first fight, so I mean, but like the only thing I could compare it to now is sparring, which again, it's not gonna be the same as like a real fight. But you know, as far as training, and then as far as before sparring, what I would say as far as training, like what I learned is the recovery part is very important. Like if you're training hard, like the recovery is very important, the mental recovery as well. And then as far as mental health though, like if you have you know like if you have like depression, or if you have anxiety, and yeah, and or it's been undiagnosed, or it's just something bothering you. A lot of people box because they have a built up anger, or they got something like more deep that they're dealing with, and then boxing helps them take it out. So it's a good question, because like if you're honest with yourself and you know that, then like seeking the help is very important, because like I said before, the biggest thing I learned with boxing is once it starts with your mind, you can apply it to anything. But it's like if there's like a mental health issue, that's really like the first step in you training for a fight, I would say, isn't even like going and running and going and hitting the bag or whatever. It's like going to like a specialist, like a doctor, or someone that can help you get through that mental health issue. Because once that's like controlled, then it's like then you can like decide to do whatever you need to do, whatever combos you want to land, etc., however long you want to run, etc., or lose whatever weight you need to lose, so like that. So I would say that's important. And as far as like before, like a fight, like just staying calm, doing anything you can to stay calm, I would say is very important, because then you don't want to get gassed out before you even start fighting, or before you even start sparring, because your heart rate, that'll burn all your energy. So like doing whatever you can to stay calm. So yeah, that's what I would say about that. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good
man,
one.
that anxiety will have you drink, man. I
Yeah.
got James Benitez in Atlanta that says, so this is your first Border Wars event. What do you think of all the Border Wars drama? 2K, Big Bay, Tip versus Lobo, OC out the wheelchair. Share your thoughts on the card. Welcome to the community. Do you even know anybody else fighting on the card?
I know Alex is fighting on the card. I know Anthony's fighting on the card. To be honest with you, I don't. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with like the drama. I've heard some of the drama with like CYP, and then some of the other guys. I don't. To be honest with you, I don't keep up with it, just because it has nothing to do with those people. I'm just focused on this fight, man. I'm just focused on Ray, and that's it.
What do you think it is about Ray? Like he hasn't submitted any sparring yet. That's why I ain't really show all your videos, because it's like he ain't sending nothing. Why should I be showing yours?
I mean,
Do it matter to you?
at this point, it don't matter to me, man,
Mm.
because I had to think about it for a while. Initially, like I would listen into some of your lives, and you would say, "Oh, he hasn't submitted footage, blah blah blah." Like, um, and I get what you mean. Like, I think people should submit footage, because it's your platform.
Well,
and that's
only
what you
to promote it,
request.
because, like, look, right now people are literally, this
Yeah,
is live, and they like, who's he fighting? Who's he fighting? If there
yeah,
was more promotion of each fighter, then they'll know what's going on.
right. And here's the thing: it's two things. It's your event, so I need to follow your rules. And then number two, I also had to think about it another way. Um, I get it's USA boxing. There may not be a lot of footage for like first time amateur fighters, but like even the pro fighters, like you're gonna find footage of them somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent footage. So at this point, I don't really care whether he doesn't send footage or not, because I'm just focused on that fight,
Word.
regardless, and my foot's on the gas pedal. So
Nice.
that's
What's the one
yeah.
thing you would say that you do the best in the ring specifically? My bad.
One thing I do the best in the ring.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know, man. It's hard. It's hard to say. I could say I could throw, a good jab. I could say I could move around the ring. I could say I could throw combinations and power and sit. I could say all these things, but it's like I'm not even there's always something to work on. So it's like I think it's important to work on everything, which is what I do, and then based off of who you fight, obviously you use some of those things, but yeah, yeah.
Well, champ, those are all the questions, man. I want to thank you, obviously, for being available and being
Hmm.
available to reschedule. I do apologize about the last
Oh yeah,
scheduled
no worries.
time. But, yeah,
Mhm.
man, we appreciate you jumping on. Give out any social media in case anybody wants to follow, your boxing journey. And, yeah, man, any final thoughts for your opponent?
Yeah, my Instagram is Motive Determined, MOTIVDETERMINED, Motive Determined. That's IG. If you want to follow me, and then yeah, for the opponent, I'm ready to fight. That's all. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Ray in the ring, man. I'm ready to fight. That's it.
All right, champ. Well, thank you once again. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This has been another Border Wars 16 Wisconsin Unguarded interview with Hansley Bobo. The next one is scheduled for El Lobo, and then we have OC in Wisconsin. If you're a Border Wars fighter, get with me so we can schedule yours and get you on the hot seat for the one-on-one. Hansley, once again, thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Hmm.
All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hansley Bobo. We had no calls, and those are all the questions. So I'm right back at it. 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 7 o'clock Eastern, Nest GTO. If you really want to holler at me, hit me up at Thaboxingvoice because I'm always working. Peace.